Thank you, Speaker. It's my pleasure to rise on behalf of the New Democratic Caucus and speak to the International Day of Pink this year. By standing up to bullying and discrimination today, we are working towards a more accepting Ontario tomorrow. The support and popularity of the Day of Pink, which takes place on April 13th this year, speaks volumes to its success and the hard work of organizers, activists, and communities across the province. I want to thank everyone who has organized an event this week for all of their efforts. Organizations like Jare's Vision, Egale, Queer Ontario, and the Trans Lobby Group are leaders in the fight against homophobia, sexism, racism, transphobia, and discrimination in all of its forms. The fight against bullying and discrimination is no easy task, and there is not just one target. Indeed, it is an effort to change what is accepted in society, rather than expecting someone to fit into socially constructed norms. We must challenge anything and everything that asks us to change who we are to appease others' expectations of us. This cannot be more true than when we are talking about Ontarians who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, or queer. To this day, discriminatory practices remain in this province. While heterosexual couples don't have to ask to be recognized as parents, queer parents are expected to adopt their own children. Yes, Speaker, right now, if a lesbian couple uses a sperm donor whose identity they know, the partner of the woman giving birth isn't automatically considered a parent. Instead, after the child is born, a court date is obtained, independent legal advice is sought for the donor, and the non-birth mother chooses whether to adopt her own child or ask the court to declare that she is a parent. The entire process for second parent adoptions and declarations of parentage typically takes several months after a child's birth. In that time, families are not properly recognized under the law, which can impact healthcare decisions, the ability to travel internationally with the child, as well as the family's sense of security. In the unthinkable and unfortunate event that the birth mother experiences complications in childbirth, there is no guarantee that the children's other mother will be legally recognized in a parental capacity. I'm proud to say that New Democrats are at the forefront of the fight for equality of parental recognition in this province. My colleague from Parkdale High Park, whose work in this area is a testament to her dedication as an activist and as a legislator, has tabled Bill 137, Cy and Ruby's Act, the Parental Recognition 2015. This legislation would eliminate the distinction between the person who gives birth and the child's other parents. This legislation also makes sure that lesbian co-mothers who use donor sperm would be able to include both mothers' information on the child's birth registration form and allows for the recognition of an additional parent, such as a known sperm donor. Finally, the legislation removes all gendered language from birth registration forms. Trans men who give birth will no longer be forced to identify as mother, which is discriminatory and denies their lived reality. While this legislation passed second reading, it has yet to be called to committee and enacted into legislation. The government's response to parental recognition must be more than lukewarm. Each day the government stalls to call this important legislation to committee is another day of discrimination and uncertainty for lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, or queer parents. LGBTQ parents should not be forced to take this government to court for action on this issue. Equal access to parental recognition must be a priority.